the AG's office. And unless we make our voices heard to these people that we pay through our tax dollars, they're not gonna listen. So that's first what I wanna say, is start yelling at them if you have to. But you are our council person, we live in Brookline, and we really missed you when you were gone. Councilman Rubio, you did a fine job afterward, but I really thank you for bringing this at least to the fore. 6 years ago, I started to have really bad dental pain. And I went to the dentist and had all kinds of dental work done. And when he couldn't fix it, he said, look, Beth, you need to go see an ENT. I think this is something more. So I went to an ENT. This was prior to the split. So everyone was in network at that time. It was 2013. That ENT said nothing was wrong, go to back to your dentist. I went back to my dentist, he said, I want you to go to a neurologist. I went to a neurologist, and I have Highmark. I went to a neurologist, he sent me to a neurosurgeon at UPMC, and they diagnosed me with a nerve condition. So after a series of treatments and surgeries and stuff, cutting nerve after nerve after nerve, I had severe pain. Trying to get this pain under control, my neurosurgeon wanted to send me to eye and ear. But by that time, we had crossed the line and I didn't have access to eye and ear. So we saw 5 ear, nose, and throat specialists, all who told me nothing was wrong with my ear. I'm sorry, it's this nerve condition. There's nothing we can do. And I would ask, there's got to be something, because the neurosurgeon has gone, he doesn't know what else to do. I'm sorry, this is just the way you are, and there's nothing we can do. And I would ask them, can we think outside the box? We don't think outside the box, we're specialists. So the neurosurgeon finally sent me to the best people in Allegheny Health Network. One of whom did surgery in my ear, cut some more nerves. When that didn't resolve the issue, he said, I'm sorry, I hoped I could help you more. So time went by, I saw more ENTs, and again, nothing's wrong with your ear. I went to the guy who did the surgery's partner, because they're the best in the network, and that was in November of 2017, I saw him. He looked in my ear and noted all kinds of weird things going on in my ear, but there's nothing wrong. I could send you to Cleveland Clinic if you wanted to take a ride. So that was in December of 2017, and it was Christmas time and this and that, and we didn't have time to go to Cleveland. So come early spring of 2018, I had my yearly skin check at my dermatologist, and he asked how he's doing, and I was doing, and he was well aware of this condition that I had been suffering from. And I said, could you look in this ear and see if you can see something? You're a doctor. And he said, sure. And he looked and he said, oh my God, you have cancer. And I was like, come on. And he said, no, Beth, really, we need to move right now on this. So he sent me to a surgeon who, I don't know if you're familiar with Mohs surgery. It's for basal cell carcinoma. They just basically take the area. And that surgeon said, this is far beyond me. I want you to go see these guys at UPMC. And I said, well, I know it's a cancer diagnosis and I can, but I don't want to get involved in this mess. So he understood. He sent me to another guy in network, and the other guy said, oh yeah, you have to have surgery, we can do this. So in July of this past year, he went in and found that the cancer was so spread and so advanced that he had, after 6 hours of surgery, when he had only planned on 3, he had to quit because there was nothing more he could do. So at that point, he said, the only doctors I want you to see are eye and ear. So I was like, okay. So now I got this team of doctors at Eye and Ear. I had surgery January 7th, in which this is the result of the surgery. And I firmly believe if 4 years ago I had been allowed to go, or 3 years ago I had been allowed to see this team of doctors I have now at Eye and Ear, we wouldn't have advanced to this point. I wouldn't have suffered for all those more years. And now I have this team of wonderful doctors. I can't even describe to you the feeling of having doctors who care and who don't just say, we had an appointment with one gentleman, and I know, I'm sorry I talk like I could never stop talking if you let me go. But we saw one doctor, and he said, you know what? You have a minute? And I said, certainly. He said, I'll be right back. About 10 minutes later, he came back to the room, and he said, can you come over and talk to this other doctor? I want him to look at you. And these guys actually walked me across the hall, and another specialist saw me right then and there. And then that specialist was like, I need you to see 2 more specialists, but they're in surgery now. Can you come back tomorrow? And these guys were very upset that we are where we are and that I have this surgery that I've had. But now they said, we're going to take care of you and we're going to get you through this because it is an extremely rare cancer. You have us for life. And I looked at him and I said, no, I don't. And they said, what do you mean? I said, I have high-marked insurance. And they said, oh, well, and the only doctors that they want to send me back to are the knuckleheads who a year ago told me nothing was wrong with my ear. So, that being all said, my life is on the line with this situation, and I truly believe that as a matter of public policy, if you can have people die because you take away the access to the only care that they've been given, I really, it makes me very emotional. I don't know what I'll do on June 3rd, on July 1st, when they say, I'm sorry, you're done with us. We can't restore your hearing like we were hoping we could restore. We can't keep you alive for 10 years because you might not be. So that's my story, and if it helps anybody, as I said, I spend hours on the phone, and I've been told it's been litigated, there's nothing we can do. And I'm like, you know what? There's always another aspect of the law that you can try, and we have a different Supreme Court in this state makeup than we had 4 years ago when the decision was made. We have a new not a new legislature, but a lot of new legislature. But I've been told that they can't bring it to the floor because the Republican side of the legislature won't bring it to the floor for a vote, no matter what's proposed. So anyways, I'm sorry, I'll turn it over.
Please don't
to someone
apologize
else.
whatsoever. No, I mean, I can't say enough to just commend you. I mean, really, in spite of everything you've gone through, to have to go through all of that. But I think, you know, on top of that, to have to go through that sort of advocacy and coming up against brick
If
walls.
you don't fight for yourself, in this, where we are right now, you get pushed aside. You just get, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. It was only because my brother calls me a terrier, a very persistent person, that we finally got to where we found a doctor who pushed